This is the unilateral cable shrug, and it's a very obscure trap exercise. I don't see a lot of people doing it, but it's grown to be one of my favorites in the past couple months for a couple reasons. One, the consistent tension throughout the entire range of motion of the exercise. You know, with barbell or heavy dumbbell shrugs, you're very weak at the extreme ends of range of motion and you're strong in the middle. So you're gonna be really likely to heave as it starts getting harder, and then you're using your legs and your lower back and your hips, not your traps. Second, we gotta take a look at the anatomy of the traps. They are laid diagonally on your back. So if you're coming up and down, just straight up and down, that is actually gonna be working a lot of levator scapulae, and traps are secondary. So we either wanna pull at an angle or lean forward just a little bit, so now our traps are laid perpendicular to the ground and we're pulling directly on them. So how we do this is we're gonna grab the cable right here, get a little bit of tension. I like raising my feet up a little bit, so at the bottom we're already getting a nice stretch. Lean forward just a little bit so my traps are laid in the direction that the weight is pulling them. And then from here, I let go all the way down, as big a stretch as I can, and come up. Now, if you notice, my elbow is starting to flex a little bit. That's not elbow flexion, but once you start developing a really good mind-muscle connection with your traps, you're just gonna notice that that starts to happen a little bit, and that's okay. As long as it's not an active part of the movement, you'll be fine. I also really like using straps on here, so that way, you know, your grip isn't a limiting factor for a big, strong muscle group like your traps. If you need to find a place to train, go to gymspot.fit. Tell us where you are, what you're looking for, and we'll take care of the rest. Gymspot, the world's best gym locator.